Stand up, stand out, stand strong. A 30-day guide to navigate life when the shift hits the fan. Chapter 26, Day 26. I know nothing about anything. When we finally embrace the truth that we know nothing about anything, we will find true freedom, and our lives will expand in ways we could have never imagined. So much emphasis has been placed on knowledge that we end up filling our heads with too much stuff. We are taught to make decisions based on logic and reason. We are encouraged to think about it and weigh the pros and cons before we make any decision. What if we are going about it completely the wrong way? There is knowledge that we gather in our head, and there is knowing that resides in our heart. We have been taught that knowledge is more important than knowing. The knowing in our heart goes beyond the physical limitations of our mind. It is a knowing that taps into a source that is acting on behalf of everyone, including you. When we align with the knowing in our heart, we are opening up to a network that connects all of us and is being orchestrated for all of humanity and our planet. Our mind thinks it knows, but our heart knows. Our heart bridges our limited human perspective with the field of pure potential. Have you ever had a knowing that goes beyond all logic and reason? Have you ever just known something and you couldn't explain why? This is the knowing I'm referring to. We each have access to it, but most of us are so busy living in our head that we don't tap into the wisdom and knowing in our heart. Our head overrides anything from our heart. We think we know better because we are taught to lead with our head, our heart. We have it all backwards. We are meant to lead with our heart. We are meant to use our intuition as an internal guidance system. Our heart is meant to be in the driver's seat, and our head is to be used as a tool. As Albert Einstein said, the intuitive heart is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The biggest block for many people is that they think they know what they don't know. Our mind thinks it knows because we have gained knowledge, but our mind holds such a limited perspective and potential. Knowledge is not knowing. So how do we get out of our head and into our heart to tap into the infinite knowing? We can begin with admitting that we know nothing about anything. In my book, Heart-Led Living, When Hard Work Becomes Heart Work, one of the 10 principles that help us lead with our heart is be curious. When I first heard the words, I don't know and it's okay, I was baffled because I tried to wrap my head around it, and at the same time I felt an underlying sense of peace. I sat with the words for weeks reflecting on the idea that I don't know and it's okay was the first step to accepting the truth. Then came, I don't know and I'm curious. Curiosity created an opening in my mind that allowed me to at least listen to what my heart had to say. The next step was, I don't know and I'm glad. There was a great relief and freedom that came when I no longer had to figure everything out. It was comforting to know my heart would lead me in every decision and every step. Recently in meditation, I received the words, I know nothing about anything. When I took the words into my head to grasp an understanding, I spiraled into confusion. But suddenly everything softened and my mind was incredibly quiet. I know nothing about anything brought a deep sense of peace because I didn't need my head to know anything. It was as though my mind had emptied everything out, leaving infinite space. It was nothing, yet at the same time it was everything. I saw my mind held nothing and my heart could access everything. The knowledge in my head emptied and my heart filled up with a knowing that came with no words or knowledge, a knowing that was unexplainable, a knowing that could only be experienced. It has left me with a feeling I still can't explain in words. When we can embrace the idea that we know nothing about anything, we open our minds to receive directions from the all-knowing, all-seeing source that is acting on behalf of one, everywhere, all at once. We can bypass our limited minds and bridge the gap between what our mind thinks and what our heart knows. Now here's another stretch for your thinking mind. What if our mind was not actually in our head? Yes, our physical brain is in our head, but what if our mind wasn't just in our head? Be curious and open as we try on this idea together. There is our thinking mind, which I refer to as our head. And there is our whole mind that resides in every cell of our body. We think our mind is in our head because we use the cells in our brain to think with, so the mind feels activated and concentrated there. Just for fun, imagine for a moment that your mind was not just in your head, but it was in every cell of your body. As you bring your awareness down into your body, imagine that you could activate and wake up the mind in every cell. Close your eyes and notice how you feel in your body, and if you feel any different in your head. Take some time with this exercise. When I take my clients through this guided exercise, most experience a feeling of expansion in the mind and a relief of pressure in their head. There is often a sense of calm and lightness that follows. We are so used to concentrating our efforts and using our mind's limited capacity because we think it is in our head. So we are essentially only activating our mind in the cells of our brain. When we allow our mind to be activated in every cell of our body, we are expanding our capacity and getting out of our limited thinking mind and aligning with our whole mind. One thing I know for certain is that I know nothing about anything. I'm not even attached to any of these words or ideas in this book. They are simply words or ideas that are purposeful to help open our minds to another possibility. They are designed to unwind our limited thinking minds to create an opening and try on another perspective. They are purposeful until they aren't. For whom and how they are purposeful are none of my business. I am simply the channel to allow the words to flow through. They are coming from the knowing that I can access through my heart. I am simply the messenger for the message at this time. We are all messengers in our own unique ways. When we accept that we know nothing about anything, a beautiful gift for humanity will come through us. Each of us has an essential role to play. Are you willing to let go of everything you think you know and let your heart lead the way? Are you willing to shift out of your head and into the infinite wisdom of your heart to sing the song you are meant to sing, to write the book you are meant to write, to innovate and create a vision that only you can deliver to the world? We are all waiting for you to say yes with great anticipation of the contribution you are meant to make to uplift humanity. Let's all say yes together.